Okay. Kalau okay, if you realize, I use one teaching method that is called flipped classroom. Did you hear about flipped classroom before this? Pernah dengar tak? About
Pernah.
okay. What do you understand about flipped classroom, Rizal?
Flip ni bukan macam hybrid ke doktor?
Not really. Kan?
Bukan ya?
Uh-uh.
Faham saya itu je lah.
Okay,
Hybrid.
Dabu. Amira said combination of traditional and modern. Actually, flipped classroom is a new approach that is called for education 4.0 or education apa tu 21st century education punya approach. Okay, flipped classroom which is teachers give the materials or give the tasks for the student to study first about the topic before they enter the class. Macam itulah. So you have to study first about the topic, and then in the class the teachers only have to elaborate or ask or answer the question that you have confused about certain things in the notes. Okay, itu maksudnya flipped classroom. Maksudnya dia terbalik. Selalunya kalau dalam secara normal class, we teach first and then students study. Okay, but in flipped classroom approach, student have to study first and then we enter the class, teachers we elaborate or discuss about the matter, about the content. Okay, so itulah yang patutnya memang sekarang ni tengah we try to implement. So that's why I tanya, you have read all the notes or not, because supposedly when I enter this class, we just only discuss, not we teach one line by one line. Macam itulah. So the class jadi makin singkat lah. Okay. Tapi tak apa, kita try. Mungkin ada yang dah baca tadi, yang dah tengok video, so okay ya. So our learning outcome for today to understand the multimedia elements. Here for today class we have 3 elements of multimedia. Apa dia?
Text, graphic, and also animation.
Okay, good, Farah. Okay, so from this today class, we will try to to identify or choose the suitable multimedia element for multimedia application development. Okay, so here this is the multimedia elements, which we know that the multimedia is the combination of
text, audio, graphic,
media. Okay, the media. So media tadi audio, graphic, video, animation and text lah. Okay, we go for the text first. Okay, normally we know that text is the something that we use to deliver a message in the page title, form of sentence, okay, label for pictures or instructions. Okay, so we have to consider when we use the text, we used to consider about its size, okay, background and foreground, background, style and leading. Okay, all of that we can see at which if you can see here in PowerPoint, okay, dekat home tu put, dekat apa? Dekat home lah kan? Dekat home ke? Dekat home. When we want to, okay, dekat sini. Okay, kalau dekat dalam in apa tu Microsoft Word pun, okay, we can choose the style, size and so on. Okay, so the text element categories, we have 3 elements, which is alphabets, A to Z, okay, number 0 to 9, and the special character, okay, and punctuation. Okay, so the text is also used in the password, kan? Kita guna password, we have to insert text as our password. So the password normally combination of all the characters. Okay, tak boleh dah. Dulu boleh nombor je. Letak dalam semua orang. Everyone have insert their IC number as a password. Okay, now tak boleh dah. For the security punya security 6. Okay. Then we go to fonts and typefaces. Okay, so we have a lot of the font and typefaces. We have Arial, we have Times New Roman. Okay, if sometimes some of the font style or font punya apa tu typefaces in one family they have different types or different forms. Okay, ada yang for example Gotham ni ada Gotham Light, Gotham Light Italic, Gotham Book and so on. And about the font size, okay, this is an standard. PX stands for, siapa tahu PX stands for apa? Dia punya size ni. Apa dia kalau tak dengar?
Pixel.
Pixel. Because this fonts in computer we use pixel dot tu. Sebab tu dia kata kalau 36 pixel means ada 36 dot tu lah. Okay. So kalau giant tu lagi banyak lah dia punya pixel. Okay. So this about the font size and cases. Okay, cases we have sentence case, okay, lower case, upper case. Ini macam mana bentuk tulisan tu lah, besar kecil dia tu. And serif versus sans serif. Okay, in fonts we have two types, which is serif and sans serif. Okay, can Shafiq, can you identify what is the difference between serif and sans serif?
Sans serif has some kind of, the tanduk. I don't know what you call that. This the horn lah.
No or have. No or have.
Serif have, sans serif don't have.
Okay. Serif have this. I also do not know what is the apa nama benda ni. Okay. Dia punya ni lah kan, dia punya form dia ni macam ni. And sans serif is like more
solid.
More simple. Apa dia Farah?
Solid. More solid.
Yes, solid. Solid form. Okay, sans serif more solid rather than serif font, because serif font is more for decoration. Okay, banyak bentuk decoration. Betul ya Kala?
Edges.
Edges. Yang dia ada bentuk sini kan. Okay, and we usually use for the fancy things lah, for decoration and so on. Okay.
The official name is called serif.
Serif.
Sans serif means no serif.
Okay, serif yang bentuk yang apa tu, cangkuk-cangkuk yang cari kat tadi tu. Okay, serif and non-sans serif yang tak ada tu. Okay. Okay, this is more clear, we can see. Okay, sans serif, the family for sans serif such as Arial, Tahoma. Okay, selain tu apa lagi? Siapa tahu? Boleh check dekat ni. Kita tengok sini. Tak boleh pula. Tak ada sini. Sini kan. Okay, we can see here. Okay, kalau Adobe ni pun sans serif. Agency ni maybe serif kot, dia tak ada queen tu. Alhami semua tu. Okay. So we have to know, okay, which type we will use for official matters. Okay, we want to write for official letters. Okay, we use sans serif or serif?
Serif.
Okay, boleh. Okay, we use
Sans serif.
Sans serif for official letter. Okay, for official document or assignment, gunalah sans serif. Okay, dan selalunya kita memang guna kalau Arial tu, we use 12 ke 11 point.
11.
11 because times New Roman, okay. Times New Roman pun biasa kalau keluarga kalau family serif we use times New Roman when we write for assignment, right? Okay, but we use 12 points. Okay, because area ni dia besar sikit, ya. Okay. Okay, we proceed. Okay. Multimedia and hypertext. Okay, if we recall about the first lecture, okay, first lecture, I have told you about the hypertext, right? So hypertext is defined as the organized cross-linking of word, images, and other web elements. So it is a linkage point. Okay. It also is a system which words are key or indexed to other words is referring to as a hypertext system, and it is enable user to navigate through text in a non-linear way. Apa yang dimaksudkan dengan non-linear way is we can go to the point that we choose, not in the sequence. Okay, so we can choose. We are flexible to choose the image, the words that we want to link with the in the website too. Okay. Using hypertext system is for information management, and hypertext program present electronic text, image, and other elements in a database fashion. Okay, it also have a software robots visit web pages and index entire websites. Okay, kalau kita tengok when we see at the website, we have if we lost in the website, we can see that at the sitemap. Pernah tengok sitemap dekat web page, ada kan? So kat situ we can choose which part we want to go using hypertext, yeah. So in hypertext is in the hypermedia structures, which have 4 structure here. The first one is links. Links are connection between conceptual element and the navigation pathway and menus. Okay. Then we have notes. Notes are accessible topics, document, message, and content element. Notes and links form the backbone of the knowledge access system. Kenapa? Zani? Okay. And then we have anchor here. Anchor is defined as the relevance from one computer to another document, image, sounds, or file in the web. And the source node link to the anchor is referred to as a link anchor. And the destination node link to the anchor is referred to as a link end. Ini maknanya adalah sebagai dia punya base lah. Okay. And navigation hypermedia structure, the simplest way to navigate hypermedia structure is via button. Okay, so we have icon here. Then its location markers must be provided to make navigation user friendly. Okay, selalunya macam Farah buat website kan?
Website buat dah juga.
Okay, so memang gunakan benda-benda macam ni kan? Links, notes, anchor ni kan?
Memang wajib guna.
Okay, boleh tak cerita dekat kami, okay? Kegunaan untuk dekat setiap links, notes, anchor dan juga navigate ni, dia dekat bahagian mana?
Alamak.
Mungkin bila saya cakap macam ni tak nampak. So mungkin boleh tunjuk ke, contoh ke? Boleh tak?
Nak tunjuk contoh dekat website ke? Website IPS?
Boleh? Boleh share. Saya stop sini. Padahal dah dekat rumah kan? Kalau kat kampung tu dengar mesin rumput.
Betul-betul kat rumah.
Okay, so lain okay. So kita kena belajar dengan yang pakar lah. Yang biasa buat website. Siapa lagi biasa buat website ni? Khalaf, biasa buat website?
Okey, untuk link Untuk link yang ni semua kita panggil link jugalah. Itulah tak tahu, tak pandai nak bezakan sangat. Sebab this one button.
Yes, itu dekat
Button.
the button is navigating hypermedia structure. Okay.
Links, for example, this one is link.
Okay. Yang ada dia punya address tu kan. We link from one features to another features, one document to another document, right? Okay. If not, what is not?
Accessible topics, document, message, content. Or note, which one? Is it this
Not link form the backbone of a knowledge access system. Maknanya yang paling asas dia tu. Maybe dekat features dia tu. Home, about us.
Yes, okay.
Okay. And then anchor is defined as a reference from one document to another document. Image,
Just
okay,
like
anchor.
this one lah. This one, when we click online evaluation, and then we also have a link in the text, so it will links to others
Website.
Yep.
Okay, thank you Farah. So dah nampak kat situ lah. Okay, yang the real punya website macam mana kita nak tengok. Okay. Proceed. So like this lah. Okay. Ini dalam in the form of technical or structured punya visual, tak nampak sangat tu. Okay, so which is node, which is anchor, okay. Okay. So hypertext system are used first for electronic publishing and reference work lah, such as website, blog, okay. Kalau ada e-books yang kita buat secara digital. Technical documentation, educational courseware such as courseware, apps, website, educational website, okay. Interactive kiosk and electronic catalogs, okay. Anything yang kita boleh guna for interaction that link for in one point to another point, we call it hypertext, yeah. This is a interactive button, okay. Interactive button, which means that we can interact with the system using this button. Okay, a button is a clickable object and that executes a command when activates. Okay, each the buttons here have setting with the command. Okay, users can create their own buttons from bitmap and graphics. Yeah, sometimes the buttons here we design it using graphic, and then we put the instruction to the button so the button can activate. Yeah. The design and labeling of the button should be treated as an industrial art project. Tu biasalah. Okay, sebab because the interactive buttons or icon we use in our software, okay, there's not just a simply image because we have add some instruction and command for the button to function. Okay. HTML documents. Yang inilah yang guna scripting tu. Okay. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a document marked using text, and advanced form of HTML is DHTML. Okay, DHTML stands for Dynamics. Dynamics use cascading style sheet, or we call it CSS. Jadi selalu buat, siapa yang buat website sama jugalah. Okay, yang buat blog, okay. To customize the website, we use the HTML document. So kena pandai scripting lah. Ya. Java ke, Python ke, CSC, kalau saya dulu belajar C++, macam itulah. Ya. Tag as a graphic. Yang ini memang popular. Okay, selalu orang guna untuk buat decoration kan. Kalau kita pergi Kaison tu cari jumpa apa tu yang dekat display for wall display, wallpaper, semua kita akan guna text as a graphic. Nampak smart kan? Okay. Then kadang-kadang macam kita buat yang guna Mentimeter, ingat tak? Yang first class hari tu, we use Mentimeter word cloud. So word cloud we also use text as a graphic. Okay, sebenarnya kita boleh buat dia bentuk pokok lah apa semua ya. Text can be seen as a visual tool to enhance the aesthetic of a multimedia presentation and add packages like CorelDRAW, Adobe Photoshop, Macromedia Photographer and so on allow you to add sophistication. Alah, saya tahu benda tu tapi saya tak nak sebut pula.
Sophistication.
Nampak canggih sikit sophisticated okay, to the text. Macam ni nampaklah design, nampak muka orang kan. Okay. Alright. It is like the interaction button juga, okay, but now we use it as a symbol and icon. Okay, symbol concentrated text in the form of stand-alone graphic construct. They are used to convey meaningful message, and symbol can used to convey human emotions. That's called emoticons. Yang tu ada smiley apa semua tu kan. And icons are symbolic representations of object and process. Okay. So sekarang ni in our WhatsApp pun dah ada pula stickers. Lagi dahsyat kan. To show our emotion, to show our thinking. So sekarang ni dah ada up one level iaitu stickers. Ambil lah muka siapa-siapa. Nanti saya buatlah stiker saya tu. Itu stiker tu siapa yang faham menunjukkan I'm annoying. Annoying. Kan macam tu. Mata ke atas kan. Sebab tak bahu, tangan di bahu macam tu. Okay. So lepas ni we didn't know what other symbol or icon that we can create to make our conversation more meaningful, more exciting and so on. Okay. So this is called symbol special character is semuanya dekat dalam bahagian text. Okay, so working with text, so we have to consider when we want to use text in our multimedia software, we have to be concise about its text fields, about its size, its style and so on. We have to use appropriate type font and styles. Be consistent. Mesti consistent. Sometimes when we look at our student punya project, kejap-kejap dia guna bentuk Times New Roman, and then they use Arial sometimes, and then at one part they use Comic Sans. So not consistent, so it looks messy. Okay, so we have to make it consistent. It's consider legibility and readability. Okay, so it's important. Okay, kadang-kadang when we want to make a product for children, okay, so the size of the use of text also have to highly consider. Okay, because kalau kita depends pada kanak-kanak, okay, selalunya size dia usually the size big or small?
Big.
We use big, and then the style kita selalu guna the font form tu selalunya macam kita guna yang jenis bulat-bulat, yang comel-comel tu kan. Okay, macam itulah. So tak sesuai lah kalau that's not suitable if you use the same type font, typeface with adult. Kadang-kadang tak sesuai lah benda tu. Okay, then avoid too many faces. Sama juga macam maknanya konsisten lah. Jangan terlampau banyak jenis. Selalunya orang akan guna 2 types saja in one document or in one product. Okay, use color purposefully. Okay, like this. Okay, I use different color to highlight the important things. Okay, so use the colors for purpose things. Use anti-alias text. Okay, if you macam kita guna in one BM punya document, if we have English words, we have alias. Okay. And use drop caps and initial cap for accents. Use the most legible
Hello?
font. Mira. Struggle
Lain
Wait.
tak kuat lah doktor.
Tak apalah. Kita tersekat-sekat ke memang tak dengar langsung ni?
Tadi tak nampak slide. Lepas tu suara doktor tersekat.
Kampung kat mana?
Melaka.
Oh, Melaka jauh sangat tu. Kat mana tu?
Tangga Batu.
Oh, tak. Yelah, nak buat macam mana. Tak apalah. Okay. Tak apa. I have record for you and then you can revise later, ya. Okay.
Okay,
And
thank you doktor.
it's vary the size of the font in proportion to the importance of the message you are delivering. Okay, size, colored, and we use the bold, italics for the certain purposes. Yeah. Okay, choosing text font. Okay, we have to minimize center text, use white space, use animated text to grab attention. Okay, but not too much. Kadang-kadang kalau kita buat animation yang terlampau banyak, we have confused. Our eye will confuse which one to focus. So don't make it too much. When using text, readability is the key to effective communication. Of course lah, kalau text tu too small, tambah pula kita ni semuanya kalau master and PhD ni semuanya semuanya dah berusia kan. So kurang jelas kat situ, so kenalah guna yang readable, ya. You have to consider the font types and size of the font to be used. Reading text commonly or usually 12 points or display type 14. Okay, here I use 18. Okay, tapi sebab saya tak maximize kan. Okay, sebab kalau saya maximize saya tak nampak you all punya face ni. So saya boring. Saya macam cakap seorang kan. So I have to minimize dia. Okay. And then to make your types stand out or more legible, explore the effect of different color and of placing the text on various background. Okay, macam ni lah. Okay, we can use it. Shape fill dia boleh tukar-tukar. Ini shape fill. Okay, this colors, tulisan. Okay, we have quick style here. Okay, so we can explore to make it more attractive. Yeah. If you are using centered type in the text block, keep a number of lines to a minimum. Okay, pastikan minimum. Experiment with drop shadow. Okay, maybe boleh guna shadow. Choose fonts found in most system and choose only up to 4 variation of type, styles, font and size. Okay, paling maximize 4 lah, 4 jenis. Jangan terlampau banyak. Okay. Okay. This is for example for using text on the internet and multimedia application. Of course, this is an example in the courseware. We use the text is displayed in the desired way. Use a font set. Okay, tengok family of the font tu. Okay, kalau kita guna sans serif, pastikan selalunya consistent with sans serif punya family. Kalau guna serif, guna yang serif saja. Use a CSS. Okay, to customize the website. Okay, embed it in your web pages and change the text into an image. Okay, because kalau kita tak ubah, contohlah macam kalau kita tak jadikan dia image, if we not make it as an image, maybe when the document enter the others computer, it will change. Maybe others computer tu, our friend's computer not have the typeface. Okay, not have the type font. Okay, so that's why we choose, we convert it to image, or if in the document we save as PDF, kan? Supaya dia tak lari. Okay. For general guidelines, be concise, use appropriate fonts, consider type different style, consistent, make the text readable and use restraint. Okay, these are the basic guideline lah. Okay, so we have to consider about the user, who is our user. Either the user is children, the user is adult. Okay, so kena pastikan jugalah bila kita when we use the text font. Okay, so far any question for the text element?
No.
Okay, clear? Okay. Mozi, are you clear? Pergi Dubai sonok ni jalan ni. Okay, so we take about 10 minutes. Okay, in about 10 minutes before we proceed to another elements, which is image. Okay, take 5 first. Okay, welcome back. We proceed our next elements of multimedia, which is graphic. Yeah. So here, what you can see from this picture. Rahim.
I see two old people, but at the same time I see two Mexican. That's all I see.
Okay, two Mexicans. What are they doing?
Play sombrero and wear sombrero and play some music with guitar.
Okay. Zuraini?
At the ear of the old man have a young woman.
Young woman.
Two old people and also
Two
a
old
Mexican.
people. Okay. I don't want to elaborate more about the psychology part. Okay, because this picture is used for psychology punya psychological approach. So just I want to say that the picture can convey in a different or 1,000 words. Different people will have a different perspective when we look at the graphic pictures without the explanation about the pictures, right? Okay, so here the importance of the multimedia elements of pictures that or image or graphic that we have to take serious consideration, because when we develop some tools or software or website, we want to convey the same message. Okay, we don't want people to confuse or make use or misconception about our information in our tools, website or software. Okay, so here, what is the element of graphic? It is a pictures of people, places, artwork, and photograph. Okay, is diagram of building. Is also a diagram of building which has floor plan and equipments. Okay, is or blueprint for architecture punya landscape ke apa. Charts and graph, through line curve, background, and 3D photos. Okay, that's all is the kind of graphics. Yeah. In graphic, we use resolution. Okay, resolution refers to quality capability of a graphic output devices, which is our monitor, or in device, or in our device, such as scanners. Okay. It sometimes refer to the number of color that an image can display. Macam yang Khalaf cakap tadi lah. Okay, the pixel. Okay, PX2 pixel. 8-bit or 256 color display. Okay, here all this color have its own code. Yeah, color resolution is a call depth. Specifies the numbers of bits used in an image file to store color information. Okay, it's relate juga dengan with our grafik punya betul? Card grafik kan, graphic card. Okay, so kalau kita nak if we want to high quality of pictures, we need high quality or graphic card punya storage lah. Okay, the number of color display in any image, file, format or computer, this screen displays in our setting. Yeah. So in colors, for in our pictures, we use palettes. We call it palettes. Color palettes or color pickers allow you to select a color using one or more different models of color space. Okay, macam kita punya color yang standard color, but it has different gradient. Okay, different tone gitu kan. Okay. So the palettes are mathematical tables that define the color of pixel display on the screen, and the most common palettes are 1, 4, 8, 16 and 25 bit deep. Okay, yang biasalah. Okay, now maybe sekarang ni ada yang lagi enhance. Okay, tambah pula especially when we use colors for editing, filtering. Okay, semua tu memainkan juga the colors ya. Understanding natural colors, natural light and colors. Yang ini more kepada sains lah. Okay, light comes from an atom where an electron passes from a higher to a lower energy level. So about the science punya concept lah for the light. Each atoms produce uniquely specific colors, and colors is the frequency of the light wave within the narrow band of the electromagnetic spectrum to which the human eye responds. Okay, sometimes the very light or very bright color will make our eyes sakit kan, sick kan. So we use the brightness of the colors for purposely lah, yeah. So there are different types of color here. Which the first one is additive color. Okay, additive color methods is a color is created by combining color light resource in 3 primary color, RGB. Okay, ini additive color, RGB, red, green and blue. Okay, this RGB is used for TV and computer monitors use. Okay, then we have subtractive color. Tadi tu additive and now subtractive. Subtractive color created by combining color media such as such as paints or ink. Okay, we have C stand for sebab macam nak sebut ni.
Cyan.
Cyan. Magenta and yellow. Okay, CMY. Okay, gabungan tu red plus green becomes red plus green becomes
Yellow.
Okay.
Blue.
Red plus blue
Magenta.
Dia ke? Bila ni blue, red kan, magenta. Oh, hujan lah. Sini dah hujan dah. So this subtractive color is the process used to create color in printing. Sebab tu dekat our ink punya cartridge for printer, we have CMY punya color. Okay. And then monitor specific colors. Colors should be used according to the target audience monitor specifications. The preferred monitor solution 800 multiples 600 pixels. Itu yang standard yang lama Then the preferred color depth is 32 bits. Okay, kalau kita pakai if you use monitor, smart monitor semua tu dah sampai berapa dia punya pixels ni? Siapa tahu? 1000 lebih kan?
4K dah.
4K kan?
4K, 8K, 8000 something.
When it's like memang dah macam natural sangat dah kan. Lama pula dengan additive dia tu. So sangat ni lah. Ada ke kat rumah Kala pakai TV yang macam tu ke?
Tak ada lah. Saya full HD sahaja.
Full HD. Okay. And Then color model. Okay, RGB model, 24-bit methodology color is specified in terms of red, green and blue. Okay, HSB and HSL model. Apa tu HSB and HSL? Angle from 0 to 360 degree on the color wheel, and other model include CMYK, okay, CIE, dia macam-macam jenis jugalah model of the colors. Okay, dan setiap model tu dia macam have its own function lah. So you can study more about the function of the color models. Okay, we go to image resolution. Okay, here we can see two different types of resolution: lower resolution and higher resolution. Okay, for your opinion, which one is the high quality for resolution? You use lower or higher? Syamil, the high quality picture, we want to use lower resolution or higher resolution? Ada tak Syamil?
Ada. Tapi tengah bising kat rumah. Ada.
Bising sangat tu.
Orang tengah buat kerja.
Okay, so lower or higher?
Higher.
Okay, of course higher. Okay, because of the higher resolution, we also need the higher storage lah. Sebab tu dalam phone apa semua tu perlu higher storage juga nak simpan gambar kan, to store our pictures and so on. So the greater number of pixels used to display an image, the better the image detail definition will be. Okay, but the size is increased. Okay, that's a standard guideline we have to know lah. Okay, graphical image used to add emphasis, direct attention, illustrate concept and provide background. Okay, there are two types of graphic, which is draw type graphic or vector graphic, and another one is bitmap graphic. Okay, we can see here this is a difference between bitmap and vector. Okay, for bitmap, the characteristic is made up of pixels in a grid. Okay, and its resolution depends and loses quality when resized. That means when we resize, maybe sometimes it will not sharp. Okay, dia akan pecah. And restricted to a rectangle. So the files usually used is GIF, JPEG, JPG, PNG, PSD, and TIFF. Okay, for vectors, it made up of mathematical equations. Okay, and the solution is independent. It may be scaled to any size and does not have a background. Okay, selalunya kita guna, usually we use vector for what?
For images, for illustration.
Illustration such as?
Logos, pictures, like vector images lah.
Sometimes some things yang not the real images, right? Yang kita create. Kalau the real photograph apa semua tu dekat bitmap. Okay. And then for graphic in the multimedia application, ni biasalah kita ada clip art. Okay, clip art yang selalu tak guna dah pun kan. Semuanya gambar old school punya gambar clip art kan. Digitized pictures, okay, pictures are transferred into bitmap, can be used pictures or moving pictures. Hyper pictures, okay, hyper pictures used as a trigger for multimedia events, okay, hyper pictures. And we have, okay, it's all, okay. And this is the file format, okay. It depends on what software that you use and the type of graphic that you create, okay. This is use the bitmap format, vector format, compressed format, and proprietary formats. Okay. So, okay. For image size, it refers to height and width. This is high. This is high and this is width. Okay. and it measure in inch, cm, dots or other units. It also determine the display form and time requirement to display on the screen. Okay, this is macam pixel tadi lah. Okay, for multimedia users, for graphic, the purpose is to image should be useful and meaningful to the application. Okay, that's why when we want to put pictures in our application or software, make sure it is give meaning. Okay, we don't use something such as we want to make a slide for a presentation. Okay, the presentation is about maybe about cyberbully. Okay, but we put the image of forest. We make we put the image of children playing, so that's not suitable. Okay, make sure the picture that we put in our slide or our presentation have meaning. Okay, avoid image with the little relation with the content, same with the first point tadi. Don't use many image in a single display. Okay, jangan terlampau guna, don't too exaggerate. Okay, use only one or two pictures only. Okay, quality. Careful with color depth, especially for application display on lower color capability. Okay, this is because sometimes the interface of the interface of our software or our application can be motivates our user to use it because they see the pictures or the interface is not attractive. Because of that. Dan kalau macam kita lah, we are more attractive or more attract to the beautiful thing, right? Kalau benda tu dia no blur, cannot see, so it can motivate their user. Aware with image size and avoid vibrant or bright color. Okay, use the moderate color display. Cost. Related to purpose and quality, copyright and ownership of graphic will determine who is to be paid. Yes, because when we use we download the pictures from internet, we have to be careful. Okay, especially some pictures that have license, right? Okay, so we have to make sure we use it. If we use for education purpose or we call it fair use, is okay. But sometimes we publish our materials and we got the money, so maybe the owner of the pictures will sue us. Pernah jadi kan, ada baru-baru ni apa, recently ada has issue about video, I think it's video in a movie or TV series yang diambil pada orang lain. Ada drone punya video. Siapa tahu cerita tu? Ada dengar tak?
Drama.
Drama tu kan. Dia ambil the video is from others yang letak kat dalam YouTube, dia download and then masuk dia dekat dalam the drama tu. Dah nak kena satu hal pula. So don't simply use. If you want to use, we have to credit. Okay, credit it. Okay. Other than that, graphic design and interface, it is defined a control area and stage area, needs to provide user with navigation and application control, area to present the primary content. Okay, sometimes we use it for icon or interactive button. Okay, choose muted background image and appropriate button graphic. Okay, background should not impose or distract the main focus point. The best button, it tell user its function. It is for interactive button tadi lah. Use visual depths to indicate importance. Use drop shadow, embossing. Ni dia punya effect lah. And keep it simple. Okay, make sure the best graphical effect are those unnoticed and special effect give user good feeling about the interface. Okay, simple makes minimalis punya konsep lah kan. Kita depends juga who is our user. Okay, if for children, okay, maybe the image not suitable for adult. Okay, that's vice versa. Background and transition. So the background here, the characteristic is fill up the available display space. It complement but don't overwhelm. Okay, I mention again, don't use the multimedia elements to exaggerate. Okay, use it moderately but functionally. Okay, so colors chosen carefully and use consistent through the application. Okay, for example, okay, these pictures, this courseware use many pictures here, but we can see the color is blend, apa tu kata suitably lah. Okay, kita tengok dia punya color pun not too bright, okay, not too much, and the picture is relate to the content. Okay, tak ada pun picture yang kat sini yang tak ada berkenaan dengan content dia. Semuanya all of this have a connection to the content, right? So that's all about pictures or graphic. Any questions? Actually, this is more to the technical part. If you want to know about the color depths, about the color code, that all of that you can try and out lah when you use editing, image editing. Dekat situ, from there you can see how to manipulate the color code, the color pixels and palette and so on. Alright? Okay. So, if no, Amirah dah okay ke internet tu? Macam laju je. Kalau tak ada, we proceed to the last element for this section, okay, which is animation. So, I will show you a video about this animation part. Okay. Dengar tak?
We all have no idea what it is. We think of Disney classics or Pixar films. Let's stop. Think about what actually makes animation. Animation, above anything, is an illusion. If I see an animation of, let's say, a wrecking ball, this isn't saying that a wrecking ball is actually smashing through a building. It is only creating an illusion that this is happening. And animation is all to do with frames, the amount of frames it takes for an action, and how long a single frame lasts for. Let's use the age-old example of a bouncing ball. The ball falls down and then comes back up, right? But I bet you haven't thought about actually what we need a simple animation of a circle going up and then going down. Does it look like a bouncing ball? Well, perhaps, but it could be an array of other things. How do you think about gravity? The effect a ball would have on it in real life. Now, it's moment. When you draw single frames in sequence, it's a matter of moving one frame before it. And when you do this, it gives the illusion that the ball is being up. As the ball hits the ground, it will start going back up at the same rate that it was going down. It'll start off fast. Then, as it reaches the top, it will start to slow down. You compare the animation a much more realistic illusion. This small example explains just a little bit about the illusion we call animation.
Okay. From this video, we can say or we can see that the animation is the something that pictures or static pictures that are moved. Okay, with that we can move it, the pictures or text or others element that can be moved. Okay. And then this animation, we use the frame. Okay, we use frame to make it move. Okay, frame animation is the display a series of images in rapid succession. Okay, rapid means is come with the timeline. Okay, threshold for the human eyes to recognize flickers is 24 frames per second. That means 1 second we can see 24 frames in the sequence numbers. Yeah. Vector animation is stored as a series of mathematical equations, same as the vector graphic tadi, okay? Mathematical equations. Macromedia was published Flash, dah lama lah juga dulu. Itu the common punya software dulu ya, Macromedia. Okay, as a open standard. Sekarang ni dah ada macam-macam untuk animation. We have such as Unity, we ada apa lagi? Animation. Saya lupa dah. Saya boleh sebut animation punya software yang kita boleh guna ni untuk develop animation. Adobe Flash. Dulu Macromedia. Ni sama lah Flash ni. Ni Flash ni dulu kita belajar basic kan guna animation. Okay, banyak lagi sebenarnya. Sekarang ni ada yang authoring tools punya animation punya pun ada juga. Okay. So, okay, type of animation. The third type of animation is computational animation. Okay, is more specified coordinate for objects, and objects are moved by varying their x and y coordinates. Okay, when we want to do simulation, we have to use this animation. Okay. Okay, sekarang ni now one another type of animation is called morphing. Okay, morphing is the transition of one shape into another shape. Okay, if you can see here, from the cute little girl into the fierce tigers. Okay, it uses a series of frames to create a smooth movement. Okay, means there are two pictures here, and then the each pictures in a different frame. So from the cute girl into the fierce tiger. Okay, kau boleh buat macam tu. Okay, and now sekarang ni ada lagi satu tu. Apa nama tu yang orang buat when they replace face, different body. Yang orang buat apa ke nama ni tu? Snapcut, bukan Snapcut. Saya lupa dah. Yang selalu TikToker selalu buat tu. Yang dia nyanyi-nyanyi itulah, yang dia letak muka dia, badan orang lain yang tu lah. Saya pun lupa lah. Siapa tahu lah?
Face app.
Apa dia? Apa dia? Apa Syafiq?
Face app. Bukan face app ke?
Wombo pun boleh juga, doktor.
Boom.
Wombo
yang dia nyanyi-nyanyi apa tu?
Dia tukar-tukar dia kira ambil gambar, so dia jadi macam animation dia menyanyi. Kalau saya pakai Wombo
macam mana
lah.
ejaan dia boleh tulis kat chat tak? Kita nak tengok ya.
Okey boleh.
Syafiq tadi apa Syafiq lagi?
Face app, tapi face app dia bukan menyanyi lah, dia gambar, dia tukar je gambar orang lain. Face app.
Cuba tulis dekat ni. Kita tengok sekejap lah. Kita bila generasi baru ni macam-macam lah.
Ada banyak lain kot. Tapi saya biasa pakai filter rasanya dia orang semua tu.
Filter pun boleh juga. Tapi yang sampai jadi case tu kan, yang macam orang boleh buat fitnah juga tu kan.
Itu dia orang pakai teknologi macam deep fake.
Yes, I want to call it deep fake. Betul. Deep fake, betul. Itu pun sama juga. Memang real lah punya ni kan.
Dia memang tukar betul-betul seolah orang tu, tapi padahal bukan dia pun.
Ya. Tengok sekarang punya bahaya sekarang. Kan? Fitnah. Nanti kita jangan terkejut lah. Tiba-tiba. Ni apa ni? Sini. Apa benda saya cari? Wombo ni. Okey. Buat deepfake lah. Wombo pun boleh buat deepfake kan? Macam ni.
Wombo saya bagi contoh, saya buat anak saya punya. Ada dekat WhatsApp.
Tunjukkan Farah.
Dekat WhatsApp tu. Saya bagi WhatsApp kelas.
Okey. Kita tengok kat WhatsApp kelas. Okey. Sekejap. Dia kerja sekolah anak dia ke?
Taklah musik anak.
Oh, mata tu ke? Kan? Oh.
Daripada sebenarnya statik gambar.
Ha.
Kemudian dia pakai ombon-ombon ni dia akan tukar terus jadi apa macam dia menyanyi lah, sebenarnya tak pun.
Badan dia tu maknanya dia just adjust the body movement lah.
Tapi sebenarnya memang satu gambar pegun je. Picture up dan pilih select lagu, dia akan buat macam ni lah.
Tapi if kita tengok apa sekali imbas memang macam betul kan dengan mata-mata dia, mulut dia semua tu kan. So, okay lah. Sekarang ni macam-macam lah. So, be careful jugalah dengan teknologi ni kan. When we use it correctly, okay lah. Kalau tidak, jadilah macam tu. This fitnah and so on. Okay. That's about the type of animation. In animation, we have 2D and 3D. This is a common lah, 2D and 3D. Because now we have 6D. Ada lagi ke yang lebih pada D? Ada ke dengar 7 ke 8? Saya setakat ni saya dengar ada 6 je lah. Tak pernah lah ada sampai 7, 8 lagi. Siapa pernah pergi USS? Universal Studio.
Tak pernah lagi, doktor.
Tak pernah lagi. Mira pernah pergi. Okey. Nanti bolehlah dah buka borders, boleh pergi Universal Studio Singapore. The nearest is Singapore. Tapi Mira berbaloi ikut kan. Pergi sana satu hari. Okay. Mozi, maybe pernah pergi? Okay. At Universal Studio dia ada satu part tu which is at the Shrek. Kita boleh tengok cinema, Shrek punya movie cinema. Okay, kat situ dia apply 6D punya movie lah, and then we can feel dia punya environment tu, especially for example if in the movie macam hujan ke apa, kita akan rasa macam ada air nitik macam itulah. So that's called for 6D. Okay, if 2D and 3D just like this lah. Okay, just like this lah, yang macam dalam notes ni. Okay, maknanya hanya ada the difference between 2Ds and 3Ds. Okay, 2D ni refer to the creation and or the modification of moving picture figure as completed in a two-dimensional environment. Okay, dia ada X, paksi X and Y. Okay, 3D we have X, Y and Z. That means it have the depth lah. Okay, depth kat situ. Okay, this is example for 2D. Okay, 2D we can see it's one layer, flat one layer. Okay, and 3D is widely used in we use it more in the 3 dimension. Okay, we can see from the side, from the front. Okay, so 2D usually use animation is widely used for 2D in movies, television, advertisement, cartoons and so on. And 3D is more to the serious punya or more high end punya application for architecture, medical, aerospace and so on. Alright? Okay. So in animation, we have one process is called rendering. Okay, rendering is the process of generating an image from a model. Or model is what collective could be called in the scene file by means of computer program. Before we want to make it, we want to see the animation, the published animation. Okay, we have to do rendering first. Okay, so from the rendering, kita boleh lihat lah dia punya the final product of the animation. So the rendering option, we have several of rendering options such as motion blur, okay, depth of field, shading, texture mapping, bump mapping, and all of this we can see or we can test it when we use the animation punya software development lah. Okay, we can test it. Yeah. Okay, this is about the example for the rendering. Okay, shading form, motion blur. Okay, we can see the blur here. Okay, texture mapping from the solid picture or solid model. We can put this texture on the body. Okay, bump mapping, depth of field. And then we have distance fog, shadow, okay, reflection. Okay, all of these we can see in the animation punya cartoon pun boleh. Opacity, translucency, transparent, diffraction. Okay, ini semua adalah, this is a form of rendering punya option. Okay. When we want to do 2D or 3D lah punya form ya. Okay. Now the part of the animation commonly used in the VR. Okay, VR is a computer-based technology that provide visual, aural, and tactile stimuli of a virtual world generation in the real time. It attempts to assess an environment that surround the user so that they become part of the experience. Because virtual reality, we have to put the user in the embedded environment. Okay, so immersive environment. So the term used to describe various types of applications such as flight, simulation, landscape, computer graphic, and etc. Okay. And for virtual reality, we use in the maybe in the serious part in the medicine, in science, training, industry, and for entertainment. And for virtual reality, we have to use a specific devices such as goggles, apa tah nama dia, Oculus, apa benda kan, Kinect and so on. Okay. And for animation, we have follow or there are 12 principles of animation that can be a guideline for animator to do the animation. So, can I play this video? Video tadi dengar tak muzik dia? Ataupun bunyi?
Dengar sikit je.
Okay. Yang ini ada 12 principle of animation. Okay.
The Illusion of Life by Fred Thomas and Ollie Johnston. Squash and stretch.
Okay. First is
This
squash
action
and
gives the
stretch.
illusion of weight and volume to a character as a tool. Anticipation prepares the audience for a major action the character is about to perform. Each major action is preceded with specific moves that anticipate for the audience what is about to happen. Staging. It's the presentation of an idea so that it is clear. Straight ahead and pose to pose. Pose to pose is purely with key drawings done at intervals throughout the scene.
Ni macam konsep morphing tadi lah.
Head animation. And overlap. Character stops, all other parts continue to enter to the main pass. Nothing stops all at once. Slow in and slow out. As the action starts, we have more drawings near the starting, one or two in the middle, and more drawings near the next pose. Fewer drawings make the action faster, and more drawings make the action slower. Arcs. All actions, with a few exceptions, follow an arc or slightly circular path. Arcs give animation a more natural action and better flow. Secondary action. It's an additional action in the scene used as a supplement of the main one in order to reinforce it and add more dimension. Timing. More drawings between poses, slow and smoothing action. Fewer drawings make the action faster and crisper. Timing maintains the appearance of an object abiding by the laws of physics. Exaggeration. We make true to
is presenting it in a wild or more extreme form. Solid drawings. It means taking into account forms in three-dimensional space, giving them volume and weight. Appeal. It's a quality of chart, able to please the viewers on. It's the charisma of the action.
Okay, for those who want to make to do a research or maybe some product about the animation, okay, we have maybe in your writing you have to follow one of or two of the principle of animation here, okay. So kena pastikan jugalah, okay, to make sure that you follow the guidance or guideline for the animation principle here. Okay, that's all for animation. Any questions? Clear?
No.
Oh
Clear.
boy. Seronok betul korang maknanya clear semuanya belaka. Okay. Alright. There are another two elements of multimedia. Okay. Iaitu which are audio and video. Okay, we will cover for next class. Okay, but for the next, siapa ada kawan-kawan yang combo minggu depan?
Tak ada tapi bertugas. Saya minta bertugas hari kerja je lah sebab ada kelas, nak kena assignment apa semua, so don't worry.
Okay, tapi tu nak jadikan ceritanya hari Sabtu tu adalah hari apa tu untuk PhD kan? Untuk PhD punya session.
Yeah,
So
PhD session.
And maybe saya kena panggil lah untuk menghadiri. So for the next Saturday, okay, kita tak dapat nak buat online class. Okay, for the next Saturday, I will submit you or I will give you a link for video to cover the two elements. So for the next class, you just watch the video and I need you to form a group because we will start our project soon. Okay?
Okay, Doktor.
Alright. Okay. Mozi, do you have any questions? Next Saturday we don't have class because I have to attend convocation ceremony. Ditulis tak?
Dia tulis thanks, Doktor.
Oh, okay lah tu. Okay, tak apalah. Nanti maybe dia akan tanya kat dalam group kot. Apa nanti. Okay, have a nice weekend everyone. Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Terima kasih.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Terima kasih.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you.
Doktor.